Hey everybody, thanks for clicking this video. If this is your first time here, thank you for watching. For all the returning subscribers, thank you for continuing to support the channel. This video is going to be my first trimester overview. I was going to do different clips and everything about the appointments, but so much has been going on, I just figured I would do one vlog completely about the entire first trimester. So today I am exactly 14 weeks. So I am officially in my second trimester. Um, I did take a couple of notes that I wanted to um, share with you all. So if I had to describe my first trimester in 2 words, I would say scary and rough. Now, this is not my first rodeo. We have a 2.5-year-old son, but this has by far been the most scariest and most roughest pregnancy. Um, Now, I found out that I was pregnant before my missed period. I just had an inkling that I was pregnant. I think it was like 2 or 3 days before my missed period. I went and got one of those cheapy Walmart tests, peed on the stick first thing in the morning, and it had a faint line. So then, since I saw the faint line, then I went back and got the digital test. That way it was no confusion whatsoever, and that came flat as day, came out and said pregnant. Um, I didn't do any special reveal to my husband. I literally woke him up, showed him the test, and that was it. So we can never really surprise each other because sometimes, quite honestly, he knows my period more, better than I do. So I wouldn't have been able to keep it from him much longer. I do have a history of having an ectopic pregnancy. I had an ectopic pregnancy before we had Deuce. For those who don't know what an ectopic pregnancy is, it's basically where the baby starts growing in your fallopian tubes instead of making it all the way down to your uterus. So that happened to me before we had conceived and had Deuce. So because of that, my OB is very um, thorough when it comes to when I get a positive pregnancy test. So I had to call her immediately and let her know. I had to immediately come in for 2 sets of labs to get my HCG levels and to make sure that that was going up the way it was supposed to. And then I had 2 ultrasounds within a week. I had one ultrasound to confirm that there was a sac in the uterus. It was growing where it was supposed to go, be at, excuse me. And then the second ultrasound, which was a week later, was to make sure that that sac actually had a baby and that the baby had a heartbeat. So that's always nerve-wracking. Like I said, with me having the history of that ectopic pregnancy, it's nerve-wracking. So that second ultrasound, to actually see the baby and actually see a heartbeat, the little flicker, that was definitely beautiful to see. My symptoms, I've had extreme fatigue. I felt like all I wanted to do was just sleep all day, every day. I had really bad nausea. At the beginning, I didn't have any vomiting, but it was just really bad nausea. And then I had extreme lower back pain. Oh my goodness, for about a week, it was so bad where it hurt to like get up, to lay down, like to just do day-to-day functions. It hurt that bad. Um, Doctor said that can happen when, of course, your body is stretching to prepare for the baby. And I think personally, my body went into a shell shock from not getting massages. My personal treat for myself once a month is to get a massage. And massage companies recommend that you wait until you're in the second trimester to get massages. So I went um, basically 3 months without getting a massage. So I think my body just kind of, between the stretching and then the shock of not getting those muscles relaxed, my body went haywire. Um, my challenges have been dealing with a bouncing and kicking toddler. Again, Deuce is 2.5. He's a boy, so he likes to bounce all over. He likes to jump. He likes to kick. And he hasn't quite comprehended the fact that there's a baby growing inside of me. So dealing with that, telling him, no, no, you can't jump on mommy, or, no, no kicking, that type of deal. So I'm sure if anybody else has had kids within like two, where the oldest is a toddler, you dealt with this as well. And then the biggest challenge was I got the flu. So I got confirmed that I had the flu on September 3rd, and I was 12 weeks. And at first, I thought it was just like a common cold. It started out with like a stuffy nose and sneezing and stuff like that. So, of course, you're very limited to what you can take when you're pregnant. So, I wasn't really taking anything. And then I got to maybe like a couple days later, and I literally felt like a truck hit me. I went to work still feeling like crap because my job has a holiday policy where you cannot call off the day before or the day after a holiday. Otherwise, you're penalized. So I grinned and bared it and went to work the day after Labor Day. And when I got off work, I looked at Jeremy and I said, something is not right. I need to go to the emergency room. So we went there. They ran all type of blood tests. They did a throat culture. They did a nasal culture and everything. The doctor immediately looked at me and he said, you're dehydrated. We need to get you some fluids. And then, of course, we're going to give you an ultrasound to make sure that the baby is okay. So the blessing of this was the baby was moving around and kicking very well on the ultrasound. So baby was doing just fine. And then the doctor came in and said, yeah, you've got the flu. I'm like, the flu? What do you mean? Now, it's the beginning of, technically, the beginning of flu season. So I'm like, how the heck did I get the flu? I haven't been around anybody. I work at a hospital, so it's mandatory for me to get the flu shot. So I'm like, how the heck did I get this? So that was very surprising and unexpected. And I don't like taking meds when I'm pregnant. Like, I barely even like to take Tylenol. But I had no choice. I had to take the Tamiflu to get rid of the flu. It was very chaotic. Deuce couldn't be around me for like 3 days until the symptoms were going away because I didn't want to give it to him. So he had to stay with his grandparents. Like I said, I had to take the Tamiflu. I also had to be on anti-nausea medication because between being pregnant and then the Tamiflu period, it makes you nauseated. So I was like vomiting all over the place. Literally for about 5 days, I was just like a complete mess. So feeling much better now, slowly starting to get more energy. So I'm looking forward to the second trimester with being more energized and eventually as the weeks pass, feeling the baby move and just enjoying and basking in pregnancy now that we're past this first trimester. Hopefully no more unexpected illnesses like the flu or anything like that, and we can just sit and enjoy. So again, I'm exactly 14 weeks today. My weeks always change on a Sunday. I think we can find out the gender in about 2 weeks. We plan on doing a kind of a small, intimate gender reveal with family and friends. I have an anatomy scan at the end of October, so that's my next scheduled ultrasound. If I end up getting one beforehand, either through the doctor or we may decide to go to one of those like peekaboo places where they exclusively do the gender scans and stuff like that. We'll see, but I'll be sure to post the gender reveal on here. So I hope this video was enjoyable. I hope it was informative to anyone who is thinking about pregnancy or currently pregnant and expecting. So be on the lookout for more videos with regards to the pregnancy and just about the family in general. Make sure to like and to comment on this video. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead and click that subscribe button. So until next time, bye.